What's up? Welcome back to Mindful Mae. Today I am making the Eija hat and I'm taking you along for the journey. I mentioned this project in my spring and summer sewing plans video. If you haven't seen that, I'm planning to use this leftover drop cloth as my fabric. It has a little bit of structure to it, which is what the pattern calls for. So that is my plan today. I have got my coffee ready. I could not remember how to pour a swan, so this is what I have. And I'm ready to jump in. Let's do it. Okay, so step one is obviously to print it out. Normally I like printing my patterns on A0, but I have a printer upstairs and this is just 4 pages. So I'm going to print it off on just US letter, regular size paper. I'm just going to print page 1 and test the scale square just to make sure that all the scaling is correct. Now I'm just laying it out and taping or gluing the pieces together. And I'm going to cut out my size. But to find my size, I have to measure my head. It says to measure right above my ears. I knew this would be fun stuff. All right, looks like I'm landing perfectly on the 22. So it looks like I'm making a size small. You'll see here that there are different dots and lines that signify your size. So if I'm size small, it looks like it's a dot and then a dash. So I will cut out all of the dot and dash lines. I have the interfacing ironed on and the 2 brim pieces right sides together. I'm gonna stitch the sides, except for this little gap where the tie will go through. As I reached my 30s, I started to become more intentional with how I care for my skin, getting facials when I could, wearing SPF daily, staying out of the sun, supplementing with collagen. But a few months ago, I started thinking about something that I hadn't really considered, which was my sleep. I sleep mostly on my left side, like 98% of the night, and I realized my face was basically squished into the side of my pillow, and that's a lot of pressure considering the average head weighs 11 pounds. So this was all top of mind when I would go to bed every night, but I wasn't willing to change my sleeping position because good sleep is too important to me. Fast forward to last month when Omnia sent me their Sleep and Glow pillow, and I was so excited for the opportunity to try it out. It sounds kind of nerdy, but I was legitimately thrilled. It was like they read my mind. I'm not trying to chase youth and I'm not afraid of wrinkles. My goal is to age gracefully and naturally without fillers, Botox, or toxins. And this is one of the things that I can control, is how I sleep. The Omnia pillow uses 3D memory foam to gently cradle your head. It relieves the pressure on your face so that delicate skin around your eyes, your cheeks, your mouth stays free from compression. In fact, a clinical study done in Barcelona, Spain showed an 87% reduction in sleep wrinkles when using the Sleep and Glow pillow. The cover is made from Tencel, a breathable hypoallergenic fiber made from eucalyptus wood. Plus, Omnia is handmade in Italy, backed by a 3-year warranty, and they offer a 30-night sleep trial. So if it's not for you, no worries. I want to say this again clearly, aging is not bad, wrinkles are not bad, but I know I'm not the only woman in her 30s wondering what natural options we have to support healthy skin as we age. So if you're interested in ways to age naturally, check out Omnia and use my link below to shop. And cheers to aging gracefully. Now I'm doing the same thing with the crown pieces. I'm just gonna sew these right sides together down both sides. I added the contrasting stitches, which I think looks pretty good. Now I've got the top pinned to the crown, and I'll stitch this on with a 1 centimeter seam allowance. I think it helps to just go a little bit at a time because you are working with a curved piece of fabric. Side of the brim, right side crown. All right, it's time to go to work. So this is where I'm stopping. Got the outer layer done. It's looking pretty good. I just need to top stitch around the crown, but I'm liking how the contrasting thread is looking. It's not too bold, but it's like a fun detail. We'll stop here and probably pick it back up either tonight after work or tomorrow. Alrighty folks, back at it for day 2. Left off on top stitch all the way around. Next step is to top stitch this seam, and then to do all of the same steps with the lining pieces. Okay, don't pay attention to my interfacing. I had only scraps left. So I have the right side of the hat facing out. I'm going to take the lining piece, place it with the good sides together. I'm trying to make sure. Okay, insert the lining, the main sides are together. Yes. Align the seams. Then we're gonna pin along the outer edge. Got it. Leaving a 2 to 4 inch gap. I'm gonna stitch all the way around the brim, except for that 2 to 4 inch gap. Sewed around the whole brim, leaving this gap. We're gonna clip along the edges to help it turn out a little bit better, and then turn it inside out. All right, I am just about to run out of this color thread, so I stopped. I went as far as I could with my concentric circles. Only made it like 2/3 of the way. I might buy more of this and finish, because I do think the lines all the way up would look good. But for now, I'm just gonna move on to the ties. And then we're almost done. So I didn't have enough to make one long strip, so I sewed 2 together, and then we're going to pin these right sides together lengthwise, and then sew all the way down the length of it, turn it inside out. Pretty simple. Then we're almost done. Alrighty, my hat is all done and I really love it. It's like having a giant umbrella on your head. It kind of makes me feel like an old lady, but I also think it's kind of cute. I'm looking forward to getting a lot of use out of it. I would recommend the pattern. It's pretty simple. There are some challenges with sewing fabric that is cut out in a circle, but if you move slowly, I think a beginner could definitely do this project. All in all, I think the pattern is pretty simple to make. I would definitely make it again, maybe in like a pop of color to bring some youthfulness and fun to it, but this is definitely going to work for my purposes this summer. I would definitely recommend the pattern. I would say it's for a confident beginner. So check out this pattern. It's the Eija Hat by Slow Morning Studio. And thanks for watching this pattern review. I will see you next time. Cheers.